therefore, by virtue of understanding my source, I refuse to be limited by what limits Kenya Airways. I refuse to be limited by what limits the British airline. Come on, talk to me. I have used the British airline, but I am not subject to their losses. When they are posting their profit and a loss, whatever, either quarterly or after tax or before tax, I am not part of their losses. And that is why you should not be part of the losses of your family. That is how I excused myself from the demons and the devils my family was dealing with. I knew I come from God. I have a different source. And I am going to a different place. Because, just because we went with the same aeroplane, it does not mean we are going to the same place. Come on, talk to me. Come on, talk to me. Mukikuja hapa mmekuja na matatu wengine, si ndio? Hiyo matatu ulikuwa peke yako? Si mulikuwa na watu wengine? Just because mulikuwa kwa matatu moja now, were you going to the same place? That's why where my brother is going is not where I'm going. Where my sister is going is not where I'm going. And our family, I have two brothers and one sister. Our lives are totally different. And I am not guilty. And I'm not trying to be them. We were born, we came here. My sister decided business administration. She's in business. My brother decided to go kwa matatu. He's in the matatu. But where I came from, I came with a mandate. Whoever created me, there is what he was bringing me here to do. And my job was clearly cut out. So I am not trying to be my sister. I am not trying to be my brother. Can I even say it like I feel it? I don't even admire them. I don't even want what they have. I don't even compare myself with them. Because I am me, they are them. And all that I am working so hard to become is me, because I just discovered everyone else is taken. I'm just trying to become the best version of me. I'm trying to become, to advance the version that I am today. So if I wake up tomorrow and I want to, I need a degree, I'll just go and enroll myself for a degree course. It doesn't matter whether my brother did a degree or my sister didn't do a degree. It doesn't matter. I just want to be a better version of me. If my brother decides to be a drunkard, that's him. And I am not saying I don't care about my family, but I am just saying that I know me and I know where I'm going. And let me tell you, brothers and sisters, when you know who you are, where you are from, those you were born with, they get to enjoy you. Now, when you don't know who you are and where you are from and even where you are going, you become a frustration to those you were born with. You become a pain in the teeth of the people that gave birth to you. And then on top of that, unaenda maandamano, you become a pain to the government. Then on top of that, you come to church, you become a pain to the pastor because you are the chief gossiper. Then you get married, you become a pain to your husband or to your wife. Then you give birth to children, you become a pain to the children that you gave birth to. You don't know who you are, you don't know where you're coming from, and definitely you have no clue where you're going. The third question all of us must be able to answer. It is the question of, so you know, who am I? Where am I from? Then the other question you must answer is, why on earth am I here? Why did God go into so much trouble to create you? Think about it. The God of heaven, sat on a creation table. The God of heaven sat on a creation table and slowly, thoughtfully, creatively put you together. Then inside you, in a gallery full of so many talents and gifts, specifically selected talents and gifts and put them in the inside of you, then delivered you into this world for a period of 70, 60, 80, 100 years. Why did he go into all that trouble? If you buy a TV, you go home, you connect it to the power, you switch it on and it does not go on. Or it goes on, you try to watch YouTube, not connecting. Try connect Wi-Fi, it's not working. Try to connect decoder to watch TV, it's not working. What would you think about that TV? It's a useless phone. That phone should be returned to the store where it came from. That's why you should die. Because since the time you came here, God created you, gave you talents, gave you gifts to come and become a solution to particular problems in this world. But ever since you came, you've never left the dressing mirror. You are just drawing eyebrows. Ever since you came, he put you here to help orphans. He put you here to help people with the cases in court. He put you here to build houses, affordable housing. But all you do, you are seated somewhere in your shopping center, ukichana jaba. If not seated somewhere in a shopping center, you are seated on a boda, going to a boyfriend's house, going to kutoa mastingo deadly. If not so, now you are flying in the current wave of uselessness. You are on TikTok doing dance challenge. Anataka mukocho, anataka cash. And that's how we are going to pay our Chinese debt. You want to tell me? The God of heaven sat on a creation table to create such a human being. That's why you are here. You've even bought a coffee. You want me to finish quickly. You want to go and dance challenge. You are seated in your bed. These are your most productive years. You are young, man. Your brain can learn so much. You wake up every day, the first 4 hours, seated in bed, on your phone, laughing like a mad person over stupid jokes. And you're laughing. Now, what happened to the work that God created you to come here and do? What happened to the songs God put you here to sing? What happened to the company God created you to start so that you can provide employment to the people in your community? What happened to the hospital God created you to come and build? You arrived here, joined social media, and now watu wamekupatia shughuli kwa mitandao. You are busy chasing futility. You are busy running after nothing. That agenda God created you for and put you in the world, that thing God created you to do on the earth, it has been hijacked by you. You are selfish, you. Me, as long as I'm happy. Who told you it was about you? No river drinks its water. No mango tree eats its mangoes. God put you here to be an answer, to be a solution. God saw a problem on the face of the earth. He designed you as a solution to a problem. When did it become about you? Me, as long as I'm happy. Eh? Really? As long as you're happy? So God has been saving you from road accidents. Akakuponya chicken pox. Kwanza wewe ulikuwa katoto kasumbufu sana, ulikuwa na asima ukiwa mdogo, na wahigana gotuko. Akakupeleka shule Nyandarua kwenye kuna chishanga hivi baridi, akakusaidia ukasurvive. Just so that now you can be happy. For your happiness. There can be no more selfish way to think. Like looking at a life through the lens of you. That the sun rises and sets on you. Me, I just want to make money. It's about you now. So the world should gather and watch you make yourself happy. I just want to dress the best, or travel to the... Really? I want to drive a car. At what point did it become about you? When did it become about you, man? Why on earth are you here? You are not created to be a piece of matter. Do you know what is matter? Is anything that has weight and occupies space. You are not created to be something that has weight and occupies space. You are created to matter. Your life should matter. We should cry so profusely on your burial because it is such a loss. I hear people saying, oh, we just lost a loved one. But not everyone is lost. The day you die, and all of us will it have meaning when we say we have lost you? To say the truth, some of us, when we will die, it will be profit to the world. We have reduced the amount of food we need to cook. We have reduced the problems we need to deal with. It won't be a loss. But you have an opportunity to make your life to matter. I remember Minister Ray was giving me a story. She lost her father. When did you lose your dad? 2012. 2012, she lost her dad. And she was telling me on the burial of her father, there were like 50 guys that were crying more than them. And they kept wondering, kwani mzae alisababisha aje? Lakini hawezi kuwa amefikisha watoto 50. Haya marakirira gutukira. They were crying more than them. And they happened to ask them, let me ask you, I saw you during my father's burial. You were crying so much. And more than 50 guys were saying, your father was paying my school fees. I don't know how my life will go on. Now he's died. That is losing a loved one. Hii yako ni kuondokea. Do you know when Paul writes and he says, for me to live is Christ and to die is gain? That should be your scripture. You dying is gain. So the first question is, who am I? The second question all of us must answer is, where are you coming from? Then the third question that each one of us must be able to answer is, why on earth are you here? Are you just created to make money, look beautiful, wear Crocs to church with the socks? That's all. That's all. So now we are done. Now we are done. The world should end. You came late with Crocs and socks. Now we are done with the agenda of the day. The world should end now. Really? You know, we are dealing with a very unique generation, my brothers and my sisters. I'm telling you. Huh? I have some two fellows that come to church. You know, our church has many young people, eh? Come to kana mkanga tu maze kanava crop top. Alafu kanava short na socks na Crocs. Alafu kameka church na kanataka kula Holy Communion. Unakaangalia hivi unasema, no, that's it. Why on earth are you here? Huh? What profit do you bring to this world? Other than making business for weed guys, wale wase uzandom. What other profit are you to this world? Oh, menda luta. Napiga luta. Unaingia Friday utatoka Monday. That's it. If you cannot answer the question why you are here, it doesn't matter what you drive. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter the you know, wife yako ni that hot seater. It doesn't matter. You remain the biggest sign of wasted clay on the face of the earth. Number 4. The fourth question all of us must be able to answer is, what can I do? What can I do? What's your name, my brother? Eh? Sorry? Eric. Cleric. You have such a beautiful name. The question is this, cleric. Umejiuliza, who am I? Umejiuliza, by the way, where did I come from? Then umejiuliza, what is my purpose? Why did God have to create me? Why am I alive? Then the next question you must ask is, what can I do to make a difference in this world? What can you do? What can you do to make a difference in this world? All of us are created with some very unique and special abilities to make a difference in the world. Someone should say, I got an education because cleric was alive. A street child should say, today I ate a decent meal because cleric is alive. So other than all those side shows and side hustles you have put on yourself, like looking beautiful, you know, and whatever, you know, and having many followers online, other than on all those side hustles you've put on yourself, what can you do to make a difference in this world? When you enter in your church as young people, you must ask yourself at a personal level and then collectively as a group, what can we do to make a difference? Why should we have, I saw one mzee here, when stima ilikuwa imepotea, I saw him running in to carry a generator. You are sitting there. What can you do, young people? Why should you have a drum that is not being played? Why should your church employ someone to wash the church? Why should you come to church late on Sunday and just sit at the back, then live in a hurry? What can you do to make a difference in this God's good world? What difference are you making in your family? What difference are you making in your community? You are talented, my brother. You have such a good brain, such a sharp young man. What is your sharpness? What difference is your sharpness making in this world? Come on, talk to me. A good brain should not be a beauty spot. Come on. A good mind should not be a beauty mark. It should make a difference in your world. It should make a difference in our country. It should make a difference in the Presbyterian Church of East Africa. What mark are you? You shouldn't be seen as a burden. You know, Mchungaji, I pastor, I have a church with like 500 guys. And 70% of them are young guys. And I remember a pastor told me, hey, kamwambia akaniambia nori wasiogithe togwetia matiru tagona ke, they are such a burden. He said that. One of them told me, mumo is directionless young people. But let me tell you, I pastor young people. Mike here turned 19. Where is he? Mike. You turned 19? He turned 19 yesterday, the day before yesterday, on Friday. He turned 19. But let me tell you, we have a monthly budget in our church of $500,000. And these 19-year-olds handle it. The rent of our church is $200,000 every month, and we pay. Namumo. This Goshen Gia is an IT guy. I am launching a foundation in the next few months. He is working on our website. He's working on the website, this guy. And he's 20-something, not 25 yet. Irene here is 22, 23. 23 years. She's so good with camera work. I have another one called Rogers. Rogers is our engineer, is our tech engineer. When our speakers are spoiled, he brings our line arrays down and fixes them. You know, I never pay fundis. That Mumo is making such a huge difference in our community. After here, with the Mumo, we have 200 old men that we feed every week for the last 2 years. After this, at 4, I am going to sit with those men and I am going to be giving 200 of them food. That food is bought, cooked, and packed by the Mumo, by the youth. So while you are seated, watching and saying, wacha tuone vile woman's guild watasema, there are other people younger than you that are making a difference in their generation. We have adopted a children's home with 40 children. We give food to them every month. Mumo, youth. And currently, we have adopted 15 schools that we will be giving sanitary towels and paying school fees for the less fortunate and paying for dish in a county for more than 3,000 of those children that cannot afford. With the same young people. These ones, they take, Goshen hapo anasema, mimi ninachukua watoto watano. Your dish in a county ni 5 bob per day. So ukiwa na so, watoto wanne wamekula wiki mzima. They are not folding their hands like this and saying, you know, we are young, we are waiting to make a difference when we are very old people. We are doing it. You're doing it. What is stopping you from doing it as well? I have another guy, he's called Edison. Edison is our video editor. He edits our TV program. We even have a program on TV, on Triple P TV, Star Times, every Sunday. Are you getting what I'm saying? Are you children of a lesser God? Come on, talk to me. You better talk to me now. Are you children of a lesser God? Are we better than you? No, talk to me, please. Am I better than you? I am the senior pastor of my church. I am the senior pastor of my church. Am I old? I became a pastor at the age of 19. I preached my first sermon when I was 19 in a school. I have visited more than 3,000 schools in Kenya. And I've did schools for 15 years. Now I am doing church this year, November, we are celebrating 3rd year anniversary. Being a senior pastor of a church. Oh, there I am. You know, Marekira jeans. With jeans, I'm paying a bill of $500,000 every month. Come on, talk to me. What is so different between me and you? Let me tell you what's the difference between me and you. You've never asked yourself, what can I do to make a difference? Right now, the conversation should be you guys joining the elders, becoming elders of your church. Being an elder does not mean you are old. It means you're sensible. Maturity is not by age, it's by stage. You can be 19-year-old, but making such immense contribution to the advancement of your church. You guys right now, instead of thinking about the next video challenge, you should be thinking of how you can visit one of the children's homes around here. You go, feed those children, cook for them, wash them, make that place good. Those are the things that are, as a young people, when you come, it's not time, oh, you know me, I'm usually shy. What are you, what business do you have being shy? Shy for what? Is being shy an achievement? Come on, talk to me. Amen? And it's not just about us. At a 16-year-old, at the age of 16 years, Mary was in the labor ward pushing to give birth to a savior to the world. At 16 years. Huh? At 14 years, Esther was headed to the palace of King Artaxerxes to save her nation. At the age of 17, David was killing a national giant. At the age of 19, John was an apostle of Jesus. At the age of 19, you are a pain. At the age of 16, you're just there. Una flow na life, kana flow. And some of you who should be very ashamed, at 25 years you are a content creator. Really? What madness is this now? I watch content from around the world. Content creators around the world, they are exploring 10 most beautiful private jets in the world. That's content. At the age of 23, I don't want to talk about some small human beings nasikia kama udo kanini kanaingiza mkono, where I don't want to talk because pastor is here. That's content. Nimwe kama udo kanini? Nimukoi. Kamefika huku. You know, elder, you'll hear things before you exit this God's good world. There's a girl that does content. She takes her hand like this fist on camera and puts it inside her private part and posts online. Yatako kanini? Yes. Now that is content. That's content. Doing video challenge. Unaenda, una change nguo, unakuja unarudia the same song. Una change, unarudia the same song. And then mtu akikuuliza, so what are you currently doing with your life? I'm a content creator. And you are turning 26 in October. Are you serious, really? Please, my brothers and sisters, you know, talk to me, man. Talk to me. Are we serious? The things you are currently doing, is that really the best you can do? I want you to think about your life. By the way, my time is up. I just want to go. My question, is it the best? The way you're living your life, you wake up at 10. If you're told to come for a program like this one at 9. At 9. At 9. You are late. At 9. You know, in Kangemi, ma'am, Apo Kangemi, there's a day I was going to pick a guest at the airport at 4:30 a.m. At 4:30 a.m. mchungaji. Hapo Kangemi inside ya kuteremka hapo. Malori ilikuwa imepakiwa na soko ilikuwa imejaa more than 1,000 of your parents. They were there at 4:30 selling. I went to the airport, mgeni akachelewa kufika. I came back at around 6:20. As I was coming back at 6:20, there was no market. Waliamka, wakaweka soko, wakauza, na wakafunga by 6:20. When I passed there at 6:20, other people had already made money. At 9, you are dragging your feet like this, walking into a meeting at 11, mukutano ya 9. I have a friend of mine, I have a friend of mine, he is the former COO of KCB Bank. He's called Sam Makome. He was the CEO Equity Tanzania, CEO Equity Uganda. He's my personal friend. When he gives me appointments, he tells me, let's meet on a Thursday at 6:10. 6:10 before he reports to the bank. And he does not expect to arrive there before me. When he tells me the meeting is at 6:10, I am seated at the venue at 5:40. And I was so ashamed that another day he told me we meet at 11 on a holiday, public holiday. I arrived at 9. He had arrived at 7:30. I found him there. How will you change your life? How will you change your community? How will your life ever change? You are always coming for altar call. Oh, pray for me. Mazee niombe, God anisaidie nipate hii. Lakini unataka pia God akuamshe. So God should come and wake up on your behalf. So God now should come and make bed for you. Because now you are here looking all serious, like you're very serious with life, and you didn't even make your bed. So God should come be coming. Anakutandikia kitanda. Really? What is it that you can do to make a difference in this God's good world? Somebody say amen. And now finally, I have so much to say, but I'll limit myself to that. So the fifth and the final question that all of us must ask ourselves: when you are done here, where are you going? When you are done, where will you go? The question of heaven and hell is a reality. Heaven is not a Bible story. Hell is not a creation of a mzungu. Heaven and hell, they are a reality. The day you will close your eyes here, you will open your eyes elsewhere. And what you do with your life on this side of life will determine where you will go when the curtains of your life fall. And therefore, as young people, we cannot continue living like this is all the life there is. I got saved in Form 4 on September 28th, 10:28 p.m. It was on a Wednesday. And I was led to Christ by some other boys like me, who were CU officials, in some study block. I knelt down and they prayed for me. And Jesus came into my life. And ever since Christ found me, my life has never been the same again. I lost my father when I was 7 years. Our relatives didn't like us as much. Nobody wanted to have us. So we ended up living somewhere outside, ended up in the streets, ended up in a children's home. I grew up in a children's home. Did my KCP, I performed well. I got some sponsors. They took me to high school in Kanunga Boys in Kiambu. Finished Form 4. Had nowhere to go. I was homeless for some few months. Living in the houses of friends. I was miserable. My mother was more miserable. My elder brother could not help me. He needed help more than I needed help. And the only thing I came out to face life with was a salvation that I received in my heart. And let me tell you, I struggled kidogo 2006. I was depressed. I wanted to commit suicide. I made a desperate prayer. And the God that had saved me came through for me. Connected me with an organization. They took me to college. Nini. Simply by the favor of God in my life. And today, a boy that was hopeless, homeless, coming from an orphanage, is a senior pastor of a church. Today, I parked a car outside there. Today, I have more than 500 young people who their lives have found meaning through me. They are finding purpose for their lives through a simple boy that should have died many years ago somewhere in the streets of Westlands. But I encountered Christ. And I can confidently look at your eyes and tell you that Jesus is the best thing that ever happened to me. When I came to him, I didn't know it would turn out. I came broken, hopeless, suicidal. But he's a specialist in giving lives meaning. And Jesus is not a reserve for the old. Jesus is not a reserve for the poor. Jesus is not a reserve for the addicted and struggling. Jesus is a gift to humanity. And when you die and appear on the other side of eternity, God